Do you ever feel like you're just rushing through life, rushing to tick off items off a list as quick as you can? What if I told you that that was actually slowing you down? In today's video, I'm going to reframe the hidden beliefs that make you want to rush. I'm going to help you reframe them so that you can enjoy the process, focus deeply, and get more done. So here are 6 possible hidden beliefs that are making you want to rush through your work and get things done as quickly as possible. The first one is the hidden belief that you don't have enough time. And this is from a scarcity mindset. It can make you feel pressured to get stuff done instead of doing one thing deeply. And the root of this is a fear of falling behind or wasting time. And you might feel you've not got enough time to get things done and you naturally want to rush things. You might have a fear that life, business or opportunities won't wait for you, so you've got to rush. The second hidden belief is that you're only productive if you're ticking things off. So this mindset equates progress with a quantity of tasks done rather than the quality or depth of work. So you need some visual evidence to validate your effort. If you can't see something, then you haven't been working. And this can manifest in, say for example, sales. So I used to make 20 calls a day, and that was my target for the day, 20 calls a day. Now I might not make any sales or any appointments in those 20 calls, but for me that output was progress. However, contrast that with spending more quality time with each customer, establishing deep rapport, understanding their business, discovering the motives. You might make less calls, but you'll sell more, you'll get more appointments. So sometimes it's more than a numbers game. The next belief is if you don't do it all, you've failed. So this is a belief that success means you've got to do everything on your list. You've got to complete everything rather than letting momentum and consistency compound over time. And this is related to the last belief in that you must do more. This time, however, even if you've got one thing only on your list, then you've failed. You might have completed 19 tasks. But that one remaining task means you've failed. This is all or nothing thinking. Another belief is that the list will overwhelm you if you don't get through it. You feel unsafe with unfinished items on your list. Your list keeps growing because you keep adding to it, but you aren't finishing the task that you've started. So your brain sees this as a threat and it pushes you to clear them fast. But deep down you don't trust your system to capture and revisit open loops. Now if you had a working system that captures inputs, you should be able to concentrate on just one task at a time. The fifth belief, slow equals lazy or falling behind. Now this goes back to school days. School time, you were always under the clock. A bell rings to tell you it's the end of the lesson. You've got 2 hours to complete the exam, and if you haven't finished, you've failed. Even today, we've got a hustle culture that equates speed with worthiness. Get things done quickly. Slowness and taking your time is frowned upon. We want it now. And we've got guilt for not moving fast enough. And then finally, unfinished equals failure. You might believe that something only has value if it's fully done, instead of seeing progress as valuable. Yeah, sure, projects need to be finished, but progress to a worthy long-term vision is valuable. So for instance, maybe you've got a target of reaching a certain weight in your fitness goals. Let's say you need to lose 20 pounds. You might have lost 10 pounds. That's progress. But with this limiting belief, you would see that as failure because you haven't reached your target. But you're certainly 10 pounds lighter, you're healthier, you've got more energy, and you are changing habits. So here are some steps to help reframe those negative, limiting beliefs around getting things done. So our minds are plastic, which means that we can change beliefs. The first reframe around time is that it's abundant. When you focus in on one right next thing, doesn't matter if you've got a pile of things to do, the time's going to pass anyway. Doing one thing deeply often creates more leverage than 5 things rushed. Pick any goal you can think of. There'll be several habits and projects you can start that will help you achieve it. However, there's probably one thing that if you do it consistently and deeply will help you to reach your goal more effectively. So, an example from my life. I'd noticed that I'd put on a bit of weight a few years ago. My weight had crept up 20 pounds. It happened gradually over a few years, but I decided to do something about it. I made a list of things I could do: calorie counting, walking 10,000 steps a day, lifting weights, cutting out junk food and alcohol, eating small portions, and many, many more. And I tried all of them, and the weight stubbornly stayed. Then I discovered the 16-8 fast, where you just eat food for an 8-hour window and fast for the remaining 16 hours. In effect, all this meant for me was that I was making sure I ate my first meal of the day 16 hours after the last meal of the previous day. The important thing is I didn't change anything else. This was all I did, and the 20 pounds dropped off in 5 months. Another reframe is that your to-do list is a safety net. It's not a ticking clock. Writing things down on a trusted list means you can let it go until its time is due. So you trust that whatever you captured is there waiting. You won't lose it. It's on the list. And this list of captured ideas and things you might do is not your to-do list. It's just a list of things you might do someday. Progress equals success. When you change your mindset away from completion equals success to progress equals success, this frees you up to focus on that one thing. You don't need to complete every single job in one sitting. Forward motion does compound over time. Slow down to speed up. Time expands when you slow down and focus. When you rush a task, it usually has to be reworked or corrected, and the quality's not there. So take more time than you should do and create calm focus, and this will help you save time in the long run. Here are some practical steps to help you focus. So when you change limiting beliefs, often we've got years of programming to undo. So repetition is key here. And here are some affirmations and visualizations you can use which will help install new beliefs. So you repeat these every day, maybe 3 times a day. How long for? Well, that depends. Usually when it starts getting boring and stale, that usually means that your nervous system has accepted this affirmation as true. So maybe after then you can move on. But as a general rule, do it for at least 21 or 30 days. So when you get that first urge to rush, pause and say to yourself, this work will get done in the right time. My only job is to give today's piece my full focus. Here are some more affirmations you can read aloud or in your head silently. And as I say, do these 3 times a day, breathing slowly as you do it. I have time for what matters most. Progress today is enough. Completion will come in its own time. My list holds everything safely. I only need to carry one thing at a time. Slow and steady builds lasting results. And if affirmation's not your thing, then here's a short visualization, or perhaps you can combine the two for increased effect. So first, imagine each task is a single stone in front of you. It's smooth, solid, manageable. Your job is simply to polish this one stone, not the whole mountain of stones. Behind you, you've got a basket filled with other stones. That's your list. Safely stored in the basket, waiting their turn. You're not going to lose anything. Now picture yourself calmly polishing that one single stone. You're not rushed, you're steady. As you focus, the stone shines. Finally, the stone is polished all the way round. So you gently place it into an empty basket in front of you. Then you pick another stone and you start to polish that one. And it will take its place among the basket once it's been polished. So if something's worth doing, it's worth doing well. You can only do things well when you give them your full attention. Slow down and take your time. If you find this helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and make sure that YouTube sends you similar videos, and also that this video helps somebody else as well. And if you want to explore more around this, then check the newsletter out. It's in a link in the description. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.